Do you want to be a video game developer but don't know where to start? I'm Jonathan, and I studied video game development at California State University, Chico, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you my top 5 reasons why you should not study game development in college. Recently, I created another video where I'm going over my top reasons of why you should study game development in college. So definitely go check that video out. There will be a link down in the description as well as up in the info card for that video. All right, so let's get right into it. The first reason you should not study game development in college is the cost. Now, college is very expensive and the price of tuition keeps going up and up every single year. And especially here in America, we have the huge student loans crisis, and it's putting all sorts of people in debt at a very young age, and it can be extremely hard to get out of this. Basically, what I'm trying to say is don't make any poor financial decisions when you're young that are going to stick with you for the rest of your life. Also, just be aware that different types of colleges have different types of tuition rates. So there are public colleges, private colleges, and for-profit universities, and so all of them are going to be structured a little bit differently about how you can pay for them and how much they're going to cost you for tuition, cost of living, and everything like that. Also, it can be pretty tough for a college student to find anything better than a part-time minimum wage job, which frankly isn't going to cover all your bills and tuition. So as with any other major decision in life, just make sure you're being smart about your finances. Now, the second reason you should not study game development in college is that a degree does not equal a job, nor does a job actually require a degree. So having that checkbox requirement for having a degree might get you past HR, but really if you're getting hired, they want to see that you're experienced in what the position you're applying for. So experience is really what matters. Employers want to see, can you actually do the job that you're applying for? And if you can show them some really cool project that you made or some awesome work that you've done, it doesn't really matter whether or not you have a degree. Now, for most job postings within the games industry, under the requirements, it'll typically say degree or equivalent experience. So if you can show them, again, an awesome project that you made, or maybe you have a blog that's related to the position that you're applying for, those kinds of things are going to increase your chances of getting the job, and it's going to be pretty much irrelevant whether or not you have a degree. Now, the third reason you shouldn't study game development in college is because game development as a subject is just far too broad. Game development is comprised of several different disciplines that are typically pretty unrelated. So you have art, programming, design, marketing, I mean, the list goes on. And if you wanted, you could get a college degree in any one of those disciplines, and you're going to be a lot more highly skilled in that particular discipline. And most of the job openings at the bigger game development companies are going to be for these highly specified positions where they want someone who's an expert in that area. So in general, it's going to serve you better to specialize in one of these areas and then maybe occasionally step into game development related things when it makes sense for you. So for example, if you wanted to be a game programmer, it'd probably be better off for you to study computer science, and then if you have kind of like some open-ended projects, maybe you make a game, or maybe you make something that could be a nice tool for game developers. All right, so the fourth reason why you shouldn't study game development in college is because all the skills that you learn in college are things that you can easily learn on your own. So the important thing to know about being a game developer is there's no one that can actually tell you whether or not you're a game developer. You're a game developer if you make a game, and that's something that you can easily do on your own these days. There are a huge amount of free and cheap resources available to you online that can teach you how to make your own game. Also, because of the large amount and variety of programs available to game developers, it's impossible for teachers to teach you all the features of all the different applications that you're going to be using. So one thing that they really focus on teaching you in college is learning how to learn. So in college, they kind of teach you how to go out and get your own resources, which is something that you can easily learn how to do on your own. Now, typically in most cases, the instructors are going to have industry experience, whether that be in the games industry or a related field like animation, and they can certainly provide you with solid guidance and get you going in the right path. But again, you can kind of find these resources online if you're looking in the right forums and things like that. You know, most of the issues that you'll face as a beginner game developer have been addressed many times over in all different kinds of forums across the internet. Now, the fifth and final reason why you should not study game development in college, and this one's a little bit of a double-edged sword, but college is full of distractions. Now, on one hand, a lot of these things that can be categorized as distractions can make you a more well-rounded person. However, on the other hand, it can be pretty easy to fall victim to these things, and then you get caught in a bad spot, and it can end up having a huge impact on your performance in school or even your ability to graduate. Now, college is a great place to learn about all sorts of different things in school. However, it's also a great place to work on your social skills. And in college, there's certainly going to be a lot more people working on their social skills rather than working on school. And these people are all around you. So when you go to college, there's going to be student housing and apartment complexes where the apartments are really close together. And there's always going to be people throwing parties and keeping you up at night and just distracting you from your work in general. And you yourself can easily get caught up in partying and having too much fun, and that can be a major distraction from what your real goals are. Now, outside of the partying, another huge distraction is completely unrelated classes that are required to take for your degree. So colleges require you to take a certain number of classes for, math and history and all sorts of typical things like that. And it is good to make you a more well-rounded person, but again, some of these classes just can cause you a whole bunch of stress and anxiety. And again, it's a huge distraction from, your main classes that you really want to focus on and, things that you're interested in. Anyways, those are my top 5 reasons of why you should not study game development in college. And don't forget to check out my other video that I made where I go over the top reasons why you should study game development in college. And so let me know if you're interested in getting into the game development industry and if you have any questions related to that. But that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel for lots more videos like this one, and I'll see you in the next one.